Eve day. Thanks for joining us. You need 3 sacks in the final 2 games to surpass Jalen Phillips' record for rookie sacks. Have you
Damn.
warned him that you are coming?
You could already see the difference. Like, check this out right here. This is amazing to me. Good block. That boy ain't going nowhere. That boy ain't going nowhere.
Obviously, your deflection,
Please like, comment, subscribe for more content. Help me get to that 10K. That 10K is on its way. Help people out. Let's get into this, man.
which prevented a touchdown, was a huge play in the game Sunday. Is that something you've always been good at? I know Agba has been great at that over his career. Have you gotten tips from anyone on the team? Has it been emphasized to you by coaches, or is that something you've always been cognizant of and good at?
Having guys like Calais and E and Zach on the D line with those long arms and everything, every time somebody throws the ball, they're always putting their hands up, and most of the time they get it down. So, especially in the red zone and the goal line, I knew we had to put our hands up because the ball was coming out quick. So, I just didn't move and then put my hand up, and I tipped the ball, and I didn't realize it till I got on the sideline.
That makes sense. Like, if they throwing the ball quick, it's good to put your hands up because you're gonna hit it right on time instead of trying to go for the quarterback. So that does make a lot of sense. So, hey, no more. They ain't coached up over there. I can tell. I could definitely tell.
So,
Thanks.
Joe?
Hey, Chop, Merry Christmas Eve day. Thanks for joining us. You need 3 sacks in the final 2 games to surpass Jalen Phillips' record for rookie sacks. Have you
Damn.
warned him that you are coming for
That's
his record?
crazy.
no, I didn't even know about the record. I don't really focus on that. For me, it's just taking it one day at a time, one game at a time.
Hey, pick
Okay.
Chop Robinson for a
And I
sack
looked up
on
a
each
cool
game.
statistic.
Just
It
pick
says that you're tied with Micah Parsons for pass rush win rate.
Okay,
Do
Penn
you
State.
feel like you are meeting your expectations in terms of pass rush win rate?
And again, like I said, I don't really pay attention to it. I just go out there and do my job, do what I can do to help the team out for a win.
I like his
Last
answers.
one,
I like his
11,
answers.
53, and
Okay.
56.
Okay, young
all
boy.
did the chop with you. And they were on the sideline, and some guys who I couldn't
That was
identify.
lit
They
for
were in
sure.
sweatshirts. What was that like to have those guys participating, even though they were on the sideline?
I mean, it felt good. Just I made the play right by the sideline, so instead of going to the end zone or anything like that, I was like, we might as well just do it all together. So I ran towards the sideline a little bit, and then we all hit it. And it felt good.
Smart. I like
Thanks,
that.
Shot. Merry Christmas.
Travis?
This guy's smart. A smart guy.
Hey, Chop.
Right here.
Going back
Definitely a
to
smart
kind of
guy.
Barry's question about getting your hands on a football, it seems like most times when we ask, Anthony Weaver or your teammates or different defensive coaches, where Chop has come along the most, talk about your hand usage. I'm curious if you could describe the progression of the way you use your hands as a rusher from the start of your rookie year to now, and maybe if there's a coach that has kind of helped you come along in that way too.
Yeah, just coming in here, especially what I was doing in college, just beating guys with speed, and then coming in here my rookie season, and guys setting me different. I'm getting different pass sets. Guys are grabbing me more, punching different.
That's why he ain't really get a lot of sacks in college because he was just using too much speed. He wasn't using his hands like that, to be honest. He wasn't, but now he's around Calais Campbell, Zach Sealer, all of our guys, and they teach him the ropes in regards to being an NFL pass rusher. I don't think we can say bust no more. Earlier in the season when he wasn't really doing anything, people were saying bust, wasted pick. We should have went O-line. That's what y'all was saying, but I think we good right now with DN. Even though it looked like we lost Bradley Chubb, I think it's over for Bradley Chubb. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's over for him. I'm sorry. Man, he even come back ever since last year. Was against the Jets. Like, come on, man. Like, Jalen Phillips, he came back and got hurt again before Bradley Chubb even came back to play for us. That's crazy right there. That's crazy. So, I don't know. We probably gonna go edge again in this draft, probably early. But I think we probably gonna do O-line or D-line first. And then we're gonna do edge. D-line, I'm talking about D tackles. They got some good D tackles at Michigan. I forgot their name, but I'm gonna release some videos in regards to the best players that I think the Dolphins should target. I'm gonna come out with those videos pretty soon. Be on the lookout for those. Um, there's some good old linemen in this draft. You know, the quarterbacks we could wait till like the second round, third round. Receivers we could wait till the later rounds. You know, hopefully a big receiver falls to us. You know, tight end, we could go fifth, sixth. You know, tight end we good right now. Tight end we good. I don't even gotta tell y'all why. I don't gotta tell y'all. Safety, cornerback, we definitely gotta get somebody new, you know, high caliber. You know, Patrick McMorris, you know, he showed us some signs in regards to being good, but you know, I still want to see more. I still want to see more. So we just gotta wait it out and see.
Different. So I just had to learn from that from the first games when I started coming in, and then once I picked up on it, I was able to basically like learn from it and use it against them instead of just trying to use what I had to use. I had to use what they had against me, against them basically. And I would say Coach Crow, just watching film with him all the time, all the vets in my room, and just working out the practice and just trusting the process.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful work right there.
Chris?
Hey, what's up, Chop? Hey, I'm doing something on cool moments that you've had in your rookie season. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think you told me that Tristan Wirfs in training camp, like you had a cool moment with him or it was cool going against him. And I think you said Aaron Rodgers might have said something to you, or can you tell me about those moments? And what have there been other moments, other guys who have said stuff to you or acknowledged you?
I mean, those are two guys that are good at their position. You got a guy who's been in the league for a very long time at a quarterback that I've been watching since I was a kid. So just talking to those guys that I've been watching since I was a kid is a blessing. And I would say my next coolest moment was the chop celebration that I hit on the sideline last game.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And what do you when things like that happen, do you on the drive home, do you go, man, it's great to be in the NFL? Do those things stick with you, or I mean, I guess they have to, right? It's hard to just kind of dismiss stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, they stick with me. I just thank God I'm just blessed to be in this position.
First of all, just how are you doing
Shout
after
out
you
to
came away with
Chop.
those?
We got Jordan Brooks right now. Jordan Brooks, best linebacker ever since Zach Thomas. I'm gonna be honest.
Knee and quad ailments last game.
I'm doing good. Nothing serious, so I'm good.
Okay, good.
You
What
see, this is why I like Jordan Brooks, bro. Emotionless. He just want to play football. That's it. That's it, bro. You know, I knew he was gonna be good coming out of Texas Tech. I knew it. I just had a feeling, bro. I just had a feeling.
was this first season as a whole
This is a first round linebacker right here. First round linebacker. So y'all boys better recognize, man.
for you in Miami? The numbers you're putting up and just getting to play in this Anthony Weaver defense.
It's been good, man. Going through some adversity early in the season as a team, that can always be difficult. But I feel like during the course of the season, it's been a great first year, just getting to play with some of the guys I get to play with, and then playing in the system scheme under Coach Weaver. He's been great for us all year, and so I've been blessed all year to be here.
Chris?
Hey, what's up, Jordan?
What's going on?
Hey, I'm checking with you on the playoff possibilities. Do you follow the playoff possibilities? Do you know what you guys have to do, or do you just show up one day, every day and work rather?
Yeah, it's for me. It's a mixture of both. I got to see where we at, and to keep the belief alive, and keep the belief going. Like I told the guys before the game last week, if they say if it's 0.1% chance, then we fight for that chance, because nobody knows what can happen. Everybody else outside would be like, oh, they got no chance, but you don't
That's
know
facts.
who's going to win that game or who's going to lose that game and how it's going to shape up. And so I think as a football player, you got to think that way. I think as a man in general, you got to think that way in life, having faith in anything that you do. And so for me, that's how I approach it. And I try to, that the rest of my teammates know that's how we got to approach each week. Like we still alive. And so come to work each day preparing and expecting to make the playoffs and see how it all falls out.
Okay.
Love that
All right.
answer right
Appreciate
there.
you,
Love
bro.
that answer. Love
Joe?
it.
Hey, Jordan, Merry Christmas Eve, and thanks for joining us today. I'm a fan of the Chop Robinson celebration. Where does that rank for you? Do you have some other favorite all-time celebrations with teammates or just as an NFL fan?
Yeah, Chop, you know, I think earlier in the year, he was at a team dinner and Chop was kind of getting frustrated. He wasn't getting any sacks yet. And I remember talking to him. I was like, hey, man, you just got to get your celebration ready. And he was telling me, he's like, man, I got one. I got one on my sleeve. And then the very next week, he ended up getting his first sack and he's held on to it and it's become a thing. So I love his celebration. I don't know where he got it from, but it fits him, fits the name. It's been great. Another one that I like is all times like Ray Lewis coming out the tunnel. That celebration is like
Yeah.
iconic. So
That's a classic right there.
But Chop's definitely up there for sure.
Thanks, Jordan.
Chop Robinson, like it just goes together, man. It just goes together. Now the whole stadium gonna do it when Chop Robinson gets a sack. It's just beautiful, beautiful, man. I definitely gotta go back to the game next year. I will be back. I will be back.
Isaiah?
Morning, Jordan. Appreciate you for coming out. Just to follow up on Chop, just talk to me about his development and his growth from the early days of preseason to now.
I think just getting more comfortable with, I guess, just being in this system, being around the vets, the coaches, everything. Just being a rookie is hard. Just go out there and start balling right away. Some do
Yeah.
it, some don't. And so, for him, I don't think it took him too long at all. It was right on time for him to get going for us and for himself. And I think the sky's the limit for him to keep going and playing at a high level.
Appreciate you.
Travis?
Shout out to Chop.
Hey Jordan, what's up, man? Merry Christmas. I wanted to ask you now that you had a chance to basically have almost a full season under Coach Anthony Weaver. I've enjoyed watching his defense, but I'm curious to hear from one of the captains in the middle, one of the leaders in the middle. How would you describe Coach Weaver's first year here coordinating this defense?
I think it's been outstanding. You guys get a chance to talk to him. You ask some questions, and you kind of can get a feel for his demeanor and his personality. I think that's the way you got to be to coach men in this league. I think he's just a good mix of laugh and play with you and being dead serious with you at the same time. And I think he's got the respect that all the guys in the locker room
Yeah, I get
makes
that
you want
vibe
to play
too.
hard from. And I think that's why, as a
I get
defense,
that
we've
vibe
had
too.
this.
Like with Mike Tomlin, I'm getting Mike Tomlin vibes with Weaver. Not as good as him, but at the same time, in regards to how they lead men, they do it in a good way, a good fashion. As to they could be real with you, but you're not gonna take it to offense. Some coaches, if they try you, some players they don't know how to take it from that coach. But Mike Tomlin, he do not play that. Weaver, he seemed like that coach that could relate to everybody, and he don't play that as well. That's what he seemed like. So, Weaver, he's showing something, but I don't know if he gonna get a job next year. I don't know. These head coaching jobs that are open, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to target OCs instead of DCs. In my honest opinion, Ben Johnson, he already interviewing for the Bears job right now. Already, he's not even over yet. So
Success that we've had, and we can be even better. But I feel that he's done a great job coming in here his first year, bringing in a great system and coaching it up the right ways with it, his assistant coaches and all that, and really just earning the respect from everybody, holding every man accountable. And that's the type of things that I love about a coach. And so I've got nothing good things to say about Coach Weaver.
Thank you, Jordan.
David?
Hey, Jordan, I wanted to ask you one more on the other side of the ball. What you think the offensive line gets out of Isaiah Wynn when he's in the lineup? If you've gone up against the first team line in practice or just watched what you
good
think he
answer. I
provides
like
as a
that
blocker.
answer right there. Not that
I
answer
think he's
question.
great. We get a chance to go and get some in practice as he's been ramping up, getting back from injury. I think it gives us a boost, man. Just, his experience in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously his his God-given ability. And so I'm excited for him
God-given
to keep going
ability.
and help us improve as an offensive line. And sky's the limit for him as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One final question, Jordan, from Barry.
Hi, Jordan. Who's the first couple names that come to mind if I ask you what defensive teammate that you didn't know a lot about coming into the season, your first year here, that you've gained an extra appreciation and respect for about how good they are, how they work, something about them? I'm sure a lot of guys would fall into this category, but first couple names that come to mind, I'd be curious.
The obvious one would probably be Zach. I didn't know much about Zach at all. Even when I first met him, I didn't know who he was. But just being around him each and every our lockers being right by each other, really getting to know him outside of football, it's no accident to why the successes that he's having right now. And so he was definitely a guy that I wasn't thinking about coming in, but definitely, earned a lot of respect for just by the way he plays, by the way he works, his approach to the game.
Not everybody know about Zach Sealer, to be honest. Not everybody know about him. But you got to be on this team to really know about Zach Sealer and him being one of the best players on the team, to be honest.
And, that it definitely be Zach.
There go that boy Lee. Let's see what he got to say.
And the time you guys put in together as quarterback and receiver as far as getting the timing of this offense down. I'm curious from your perspective, you could describe how that's been for you going way back to when you got drafted up until week 17 here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's huge. It's really important for one, especially us guys that are coming in, our development with Tua and getting on the same page. Just talking to some of the things like whether the timing's off or, maybe he needs us to turn our head a little bit faster or run through this or something like that. So I think it's been huge for us, especially with the guys that are, just got here.
You know, one thing I like about him, he sound coachable. Some players you could just tell they don't sound coachable, but he sound coachable, and it's showing on the film. It's showing.
If it's like a play that he doesn't like or isn't satisfied with, does he usually pull you aside and be like, "I need this, this, and this from you," or how do those conversations start?
Yeah, I mean, just about every time if something happens where he feel like maybe we were a little off or he was a little off, something happened, he'll do a good job of communicating with us and letting us know like, hey, maybe I need you to come a little bit flatter here or something like that. He'll give us a little encouragement and we'll get it fixed.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Chris?
What's up, Malik?
How we doing?
Good, man. Hey, I'm doing something on you as a tough guy because I think you're a tough guy, and I've seen you take these big hits. I saw you blocking in goal line against Green Bay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't I see you get a pancake block on Hassan Reddick from the slot? Didn't you knock him down?
I gotta think back. I've done it. I've done it. A couple, put some guys on the ground and stuff like that. I've tried my best to show up in the run game.
Exactly.
Okay.
So tell me, do you consider yourself a tough player? And if so, why? Give me evidence like that of why you consider yourself a tough player.
Yeah, I think toughness for me is more of a mindset than anything. That's just like, my style of play since I was a young player, just kind of playing through anything, being able to go out there and not see size, not see speed, not see any of that things, just play the game of football as physical as you can. And so I think for me, it's when you're in moments where maybe I'm matched up against a linebacker and I got to go make that block, or maybe I'm on the edge and I need to spring something from one of my guys. I think that shows, true toughness when you're able to do the things that maybe you don't have the advantage there and you're still willing to go do it.
And do you consider yourself a good run blocker? Because I do see you making plays in the run game.
I mean, I think that was, especially coming out of college, that was one of my weaknesses, just in the blocking game. And that's just something I've honed in on this offseason. That's something I've put, at the forefront because I knew that's how you make an NFL, roster, especially when you're coming in, especially as a, late draft pick. That's how you make an NFL roster. So trying to get better and better at those things. And I think there's been some growth, and I'm proud of the growth.
I like what I'm hearing right now from Elite. I like what I'm hearing.
Barry?
Okay, Malik. One thing I meant to ask you when a few of us spoke to you at your locker on Friday was, as the ACC's best receiver last year, a guy with 110 catches, to go sixth round, 184th overall, is there something in the draft process that you heard was a concern about you from NFL teams, be it size, be it blocking, as you said? Was there one thing that has driven you this year to show people I can do this well? I should not have been a late third day pick with my resume.
I don't know. I think it's because of, I don't really see Malik as an X receiver. I love him in the slot. They put him at X sometimes, but he just got to prove himself. Steve Smith, that's a prime example in regards to somebody that he could turn into. Steve Smith, that's a receiver that he didn't have the size, but you could put him anywhere. He was gonna ball out. Let me check out Steve Smith's stats throughout his career. Steve Smith stats. Steve Smith, he was a dog. 14,000 yards, 81 touchdowns. I'm telling y'all. I don't know if Malik could do this, but we gonna see. His first year, 2001, 154 yards. Next year, 872. Then he had 1,000, went back to 60, 1,000. He was getting 1,000 consistently. But he never topped that on 1,500. That was his best year, 103 receptions. He was doing this with the Panthers too. That's crazy. Then he went to the Ravens, and then he stopped after that in 2016. So yeah, man, y'all boys. Hey, hopefully Malik could turn into this. I could take this right here. I could take this.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of guys ended up unhappy on draft day when whether their name was called late or not called at all. I tried not to think of it that way. I tried to understand that whatever I was picked is when I was picked, and
Yep.
what I do from there is my response, and that's how I'm going to carry myself. So obviously would have loved to be picked earlier. That would have been great, but I wasn't. And so I've just trying to taken that and use that as kind of fuel to just keep pushing and show like others, like it doesn't matter when you're picked, it matters when you get there and what you do when you get there.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Good answer.
Isaiah?
Hey Malik, what's going on? Happy holidays to you. Just was curious about your maturity, right? Everybody says, how mature you are. And even that answer that you just gave, I asked Draymond Green a question about just his draft stock, and he gave the same exact answer when he won Defensive Player of the Year. So that I say that because like you obviously have a very mature approach. And so I'm just curious, like, have you always been that way? From a kid, or is this something that you just developed over time?
Yeah, I
Good
think
question.
early on, especially when I was like, first starting out, way back in high school, it was like I was too busy dwelling on like, man, things that didn't go my way and different things like that. And I've kind of shifted my mindset. I had gotten hurt in high school, and, through that, I had shifted my mindset a little bit of the process, my outlook on football, my outlook on, everything that was going on. And from there, I feel like I've kind of understood, like, man, like it might not always be your moment. Things might not always go your way. But the response that you have, who you are when things don't go your way, and how you take care of business afterwards shows your true character.
And just a
Definitely
quick follow-up.
does.
You said that you got hurt in high school. What was the injury?
I tore my ACL.
Oh wow.
Damn.
And how long were you out for?
I missed the remainder of the season, but I played my senior season.
So I saw you got about half the reps at right guard.
Isaiah
A
win.
51-49
There go
split.
that boy.
I saw with
There go that Raw Wave. Him and Raw Wave went to the same high school, actually. So shout out to Isaiah Win, Raw Wave. Yeah, I go bump that new album. I know y'all been bumping. I've been bumping it too. Y'all know that. But let's check this out.
how did they go for you?
It went good. It definitely felt good being back out there with the team, being able to help contribute in any way, shape, or form I could.
And how did the idea of rotating come about? Have you ever been part of something like that? And do you feel now, how comfortable would you feel now maybe seeing a full game's worth of reps if called upon?
Can you go back to the first question?
How did the idea come about? Sorry, I know I asked you like 3 different things.
No, you good.
Yeah.
It was discussed earlier in the week. So yeah, that was kind of the game plan that was discussed. So we just went out there and executed it. As far as how I feel coming back and all that, I mean, I feel great. So either way it goes, I'll be ready whenever my name's called.
Please don't let him get injured. Please. Please, God, please. I'm begging you.
Thanks.
You got to pray on that one right there. Most
To Isaiah. Oh, Isaiah, you're still muted.
Oh, my bad. Good morning, Isaiah. It felt kind of weird saying my name back. Happy holidays, all that stuff to you. So I just wanted to ask, I believe you had a key block on that 50-yard run. What was from Devon? I guess what did you see, and just how good as an offensive lineman does it feel when you get a key block and one of your guys just breaks off for a 50-piece?
I mean, anytime we execute our blocks the way it's supposed to be, that's a great feeling. So being able to give our backs or whoever has the ball space an opportunity, I mean, that's all they need. It's not like they need a lot because of how talented they are. But definitely it was a good feeling to seal that off on my side or wherever it was. But as a cohesive unit, everybody executed their block perfectly on that play for sure.
I know Liam hot right now. Let's be real right now. Like Liam, I don't know what we gonna do with him. Maybe we gotta move him to like D tackle. Learn some stuff from Calais Campbell. They're around the same size. We trying our best with you, Liam. We trying. We tried you at center, tackle, guard, everything. Nothing working. Nothing. We trying right now. So something got to give. Something gotta give. It's either that or I don't know if Liam gonna be on the team next year. I don't know.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Chris?
What's up, Isaiah?
What's up with it, Chris?
Chilling. I always have something off the wall for you, so I got that. That's it now. So I'm doing something on Pro Bowl voting and Top 100 voting. You guys just recently voted for Pro Bowl. I don't know if you voted for Top 100, but I'm wondering the process. Do you think players are comfortable making these decisions? Like, are players aware enough of what's going on around the league? Because I know you're kind of tunnel vision. Are you comfortable in the voting process? Do you need help? How do you do it?
No, I mean, you see all the guys who perform well. Whether that's it being broadcasted on the sports stations or whether it's game film that you're watching. You know what I'm saying? Because when you break down film, you watch two different teams. So that person who you may be voting on may not be included in the team that you're game planning for, but you do get to see that person. So that's kind of how I go about it. It's what I see and what I think. So yeah.
Yeah. And do players, here's another weird question. Do players know like everybody's name? Because I know y'all know guys by number, right? Number 95, number 92. Do you know enough names, do you think, to make good Pro Bowl and top 100 votes?
Yeah, I mean that goes back to my first answer. Once you see that guy on film, you may be like, that's number 95. But now as you watch the film and you see 95 some more, you're like, oh, I gotta know who he is. So then you find out his name through there. So I guess you kind of find out the name along with the number for sure.
All right. I'll let everybody go back to their regular conventional football questions. Appreciate it, Isaiah.
Yeah, for sure.
Funny.
Joe?
Hey, Isaiah. Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you from an offensive line perspective, what have you seen from the youngster Chop Robinson? We're going to talk to him coming up here next.
Oh man, his progression has been crazy, man. Just to see where he started from when he came in, and just to see him refine and hone in on his skills. I mean, it's scary. It's scary to see, how high his ceiling is. So definitely looking forward to seeing how he progresses throughout the rest of the season, as well as following his career.
I mean, I don't know
Two
what
games
happens.
left.
You got 2 games left.
Do you view this as an opportunity to kind of show the club that you should be re-signed next year and kind of be in the mix for a Dolphins starter?
Oh man, I kind of don't think too far ahead. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 games, so really it's just one game, and that's this week. So that's all I'm focused on. And as I mentioned before, just trying to take advantage of any opportunity that I get to step out there on the field. Not too concerned about what the future holds.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Isaiah.
We have one final question for Isaiah. We're going to go to Travis.
Hey Isaiah, what's up, man? Happy
All right,
holidays.
Travis, bring us home now.
Good to see you, man. I'll
Yeah,
try my
you
best
too.
here. I actually have a two-parter here for you. The first one is, I know you played pretty much every position across the offensive line since you got to the league, but this was the first time we saw you play at right guard in this system. I was curious how that transition was for you going from left side to right side.
It was a little bit of a transition, but only thing that changes is just the side of the line you're on. So once I kind of got back into the swing of things, it was pretty it was an easier transition once I got back in the swing of things.
And my follow-up is initial impressions of playing alongside Aaron Brewer. He is some kind of athlete. I'm curious how that helps you do your
Man.
job.
Oh man, AB is a freak athlete, man. He gets the job done. He's one of the guys who you could just ask him to do anything. I wouldn't be surprised if they asked him to go catch a ball and run a route. But that's AB,
He
and then
probably could do
outside
that.
of that, he's
6'1", 280, something like that. He could probably go run a little route, get a touchdown one of these games. You never know. You never know.
he's very intellectual, very smart, very knowledgeable on the offensive line play and defense as well. So it's a joy playing next to him. He's one of the guys who you want to play next to and who you want to play for.
Yeah, that's real. That's real, man. Aaron Brewer, good signing. Jonnu Smith. We just got a lot of good people on this team, man. We got to make everything come together. Next year, I think we should still invest in a quarterback, a decent one. Not no garbage time, in the 7th, 6th round. We need something in like the 3rd, 4th round. And I'll be cool with that. We got to see like Dylan Gabriel. I don't know. Hopefully he could fall there, but I don't know. I've been hearing that he might be a 1st-round pick. Even at his size, the same size as Tua, lefty. Dan Marino is actually the reason why Brock Purdy wears number 13, surprisingly enough. And we didn't draft him. We drafted Skylar Thompson instead of Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, he could have been the backup for Tua right now, and we would have been okay, fine. We probably would have made it to the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy as the backup to Tua. Tua will probably get hurt. Brock Purdy, he'll come in and play well, but Tua will get healthy and come back in, and Brock Purdy would be that good backup that we have on his team. That's probably what would have happened if Brock Purdy was a Miami Dolphin, probably. But let's check out what he had to say.
It was quick. We were starting to warm up, and he just sort of walked over and just said, "Hey man, I just wanted to meet you and good luck and tell your dad I said hi." So that was really neat. Cool of him to do that. It was quick. We were.
He hot right now because he lost the game, so he not really feeling it. Right here we have Kyle Shanahan. He's gonna talk about Tua. Let's check this out.
Tua completes up. Leads the league in completions. That's what he's great at. So he does a good job at that. Our goal was to play more of the pass, and we knew we'd give up some in the run game. Try to get him to 3rd down. That's what was so frustrating about those 3 penalties. I thought we would have got him to 3rd down, especially on one of them. Gave him some freebies, and you give them too many. Tua's going to make some good throws. I thought he made some big ones today, but that wasn't the reason we lost. It was accumulation of things.
He glazing right now. Ron Armstead, he balled out, of course. 67 snaps, 0 sacks, 0 QB hits, 0 hurries, 0 pressures, 0 penalties. Like 0 everything, man. 0 everything. At 85.5 overall grade. This sounds like a perfect game. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's what it sounds like. So shout out to Teron Armstead. Is that Donald Trump? No, that's John Madden, right? I think it is. Y'all let me know in the comments, but Teron Armstead, come back one more year, fam, please. Please, I know you're going through some things right now, but we need you. We need you. Just in case if we don't get nobody in the draft that we don't like. Just in case. Because we got to build this old line. We got Aaron Brewer. We got Isaiah Wynn. We got you. You know, we need 2 more guys. We could get those 2 guys easily. Free agency and the draft. Make sure our backups are at least decent. You know, and then next year we could take it to a whole nother level. At least 10 wins next year. At least 10. You know, we're going to have an actual good backup quarterback as well. You know, next year is hopefully everything goes to the bright side for the Dolphins. If it doesn't, all hell gonna break loose. All hell gonna break loose. You know, I'm talking like we got a lot of money, but we don't. Our cap space is not like that. It's not like that. But hey, you could always restructure somebody's contract, and hopefully we can get more money in our pocket so we can spend a little bit more. You know, or the draft picks. We got a decent amount of draft picks, so I think we gonna draft well enough to the point where all of our draft picks will be contributors to this team. You know, we're not going to make that mistake of drafting 2 wide receivers at the end of the draft last year. Taj Washington and Malik Washington. No sense. The Cleveland Browns QB Dorian Thompson-Robinson, calf, tight end Njoku. He's currently dealing with something with the knee. So they might not be playing against the Dolphins, man. This is an easy win. Easy win, man. Hey, Cleveland fans, do not even go to the game, bro. Don't waste your time. That's an easy win. Easy dub. We going to Ohio. We getting that dub. We coming back to Miami. Now we got to worry about the Jets. So, hey, I'm pretty sure we're going to go 2-0. So that's going to leave our record to what? Miami Dolphins record. We going to be 9-8. 9-8. It's a slim chance we make the playoffs, but we going to see. We going to see. But this is some good news right here. Good news. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody going to score on our team. You know, I might put a bet in saying that everybody going to score. This is an easy bet right here. Easy bet. This when Brock Purdy met Dan Marino.
That's right, Jim. Brock Purdy. He was looking so forward to playing here. He grew up a Dolphins fan because of his father's love for the team. And Dan Marino, Purdy told us
he should have been a Dolphin, man. I'm
YouTube
sorry.
Clips of him. He also said he's the reason he wears number 13, and Brock had a chance to meet his idol for the first time in person pregame. Certainly
cool right
a
there.
memorable moment for him today.
So
That's cool. Right here, you can see the difference in regards to what Isaiah Wynn is doing for this team. You could already see the difference. Like, check this out right here. This is amazing to me. Good block. That boy ain't going nowhere. That boy ain't going nowhere. Nah, what you doing, man? Beautiful blocking by Isaiah Wynn. Liam Eichenberg, he not doing that. Liam Eichenberg, he not doing that right there. I'm sorry. Hey, we got our guy. Right here we have Mike McDaniel. You know, some people saying that boy might target Nick Bosa, but I don't think he mean that right there. I don't think he mean that. You know, Nick Bosa, he from South Florida. You know, and Mike McDaniel, he know Nick Bosa from being with the 49ers before the Dolphins. So Mike McDaniel's telling Nick Bosa, since he from South Florida, hey, South Florida is not too bad. That's it. Y'all over exaggerating it. I don't think that the 49ers will let go Nick Bosa. I don't think that's gonna happen. You know, if anything, Joey Bosa is gonna meet him over there with the 49ers. If anything, man, because hey, Chargers, they got Thule, they got Khalil Mack, and they got Joey Bosa. I don't think they're gonna keep all 3 of them boys again next year. You know, Thule, he a good player. But they probably would be willing to let go Joey Bosa. You know, knowing Jim Harbaugh, he might do that. But we're going to see. I guess, man. Somebody try to say this is tampering. Somebody try to say that, but don't take it too far, man. Please don't take it before we get in trouble and lose a draft pick. Please don't do that. Right here we got Chop Robinson in the celebration with the whole team. Let's check this out.
For a little bit until look at the chop.
I love that right there, man. That's clean. But the whole world gonna be doing that with you in a few years. The whole world gonna be doing that, man. He gonna go viral off of this. He gonna go viral. One day we gonna win the Super Bowl. He gonna do it during the Super Bowl. Oh my God, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful.
For a little bit until he
Look at the chop.
throw it away.
Look at the chop from Chop Robinson.
Who's been off the charts this last month and a half. I mean,
Yes,
I told
sir.
you, he's developing right in front of our eyes, using his hands. His skill set is developing. Watch him. He's going to go up all the way under
Just
and come
beautiful.
scot-free.
He was doing that at Penn State.
And he doesn't fall for the fake. And then he gets
You
back
see?
up, that extra effort. And
Even though he ain't get it the first time, went there the second time. Even the coaches doing
away
it.
for years to come.
Beautiful, bro.
The rookie first rounder
Beautiful.
has got his
Love
own,
it.
if you will, celebration move.
This is how you develop a rookie. This is how. You know, you got Ethan Bonner right there in the back. We thought we was gonna get him right, but I don't know. I thought Ethan Bonner was gonna turn into what's that dude name from the Broncos? The Broncos, they got a white cornerback. He pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. He pretty good. So man, Chop Robinson, shout out to him. Shout out to him. Right here we have the locker room speech by Mike McDaniel. Let's check this out.
Honestly, for this team, it's one of my favorite sports memories of my life. You talk about fighting for something when so many people gave you negative reinforcement to not. So many people told you who you were. And you had this opportunity today, and as a team, we got to dictate who the we are.
Yes, sir.
9.
Johnny Smith.
Franchise record holder.
Appreciate y'all for believing in me, man. Every day I come here, man. Most fun I'm having in my career, man.
Yeah, bro.
It was definitely, man. Embry. You know, we all know Embry, he's a good tight end coach. You know, he just needed the right tight end to mold, to put in there, and we found him with Jonnu Smith. You know, we had Gesicki, that ain't work. You know, who else we had? We had Forrest, and that didn't work. What's the other guy named? Tanner Connor, right? That ain't work. But now we got a guy. You know, I think we do need another tight end still. I think so.
2'8", 191 total yards. JB brought that 7 tackle sack TFL. Where's 4 at?
Yeah, Cater.
Yeah, closer. Yeah. Jay Sanders 5 for 5, 2 for 2 extra points.
Okay, Sanders. Okay. That we're not playing.
Offensive line 0 sacks.
Wow, that's crazy. I thought Nick Bosa was going to get at least one. I thought so.
Man, I'm so proud. That's what. Oh, we do? One more. Mike McDaniel.
Bro, wasn't you about to fire him a few days ago? Wasn't you?
This is why you fight through, okay? On the front end, it seems miserable. This moment, we all know we had to take this moment.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Captain, you got it.
Shout out Coach,
I
man.
told y'all before, bro, you got to keep believing. You got to keep believing. So we're going to approach this week. We're going to approach this week like we know it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen, man. One day at a time, bro. Love y'all boys. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family. How you do that?
Hey, that's a life lesson right there. Don't give up. Do not give up. You know, only 6% of people make it in life. You know, make sure you're not that 94%. Shout out to Tua. He joined the 100 passing touchdowns club. You know, I'm not going to be impressed until he passes Ryan Tannehill. He probably will. But he can never get to Dan Marino's number. I don't think he can ever get to that point. I don't think so. I'm sorry. You know, but unless they fix the O-line, you know, consistently having a good O-line could change the whole narrative in regards to Tua being here long term. In my honest opinion, he good enough. We got to make sure that we give him the best O-line. Don't be cheap with the O-line. That's too important for a quarterback like Tua. Too important. So, like, looking at this guy right here, it's a bad sign showing that he not going to fire nobody. If not, y'all boys better draft well or build this team correctly. I know that y'all know what y'all did in regards to not building this team correctly. So please fix your mistake. Please do that. Tony Romo on the Miami Dolphins. Miami is going to be great next year. Watch out for this team. And like I mentioned to y'all, we gotta make sure that we get the right people to put around Tua, starting with the old line. Don't start with the receivers like we've been doing. Do not start there. Please, when you get to the receivers, add size. We really want to build the trenches. We want to get another D tackle. 2 or 3 old linemen. Off rip, 2 or 3 old linemen. We gotta get some young DBs to put in there. Hopefully, Jalen Ramsey. I don't think he's gonna retire. I don't think so. We're gonna have Jordan Brooks. Maybe we find a good linebacker to put alongside him, or we just gonna stick it out with the guys that we got. Who knows? We're gonna see. There's a lot of potential. Injuries could derail that. They could, but I'm liking the vision. But there's just some moves that need to be made to help this team get to that point. Don't make the right moves, you could go in the wrong direction. But we all know what the right move is, and we're gonna see if the Miami Dolphins gonna follow suit. We're gonna see. Right here we got A Chain and Waddle.
Hey, my dog just went crazy today. For the win. For the win. I was due for a long touchdown. This is my goddamn time. Hey, man for the win.
Oh, he was waiting for one.
But my dog went crazy. He was killing him. Hey,
Hopefully Waddle healthy because we gonna need him. We definitely gonna need that boy. Right here we have Jonnu Smith talking about John Embry. Let's check this out.
Let me talk about John Embry for a minute. Embo has been such a huge part of this thing right here, man. That I had a lot of great coaches, man. You talk about Arthur Smith, and he's doing this thing over there in Pittsburgh. Embo is just taking my game to another level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, just the standard that he holds me to every day. It's obviously you look at the list of guys that he had. I mean, it's no secret. You know what I mean? The type of coach he is, and you go from Kittle and you go from Kittle to Tony Gonzalez, and I mean the list goes on. You know what I mean? Just, Pro Bowlers that he had, and just his belief in me has allowed me to take my game to another level. And that's like Embo, like the OG man, like the unk that you don't want to let down. You know what I mean? Going out, I had a play.
That's funny.
It wasn't a bad play. It was just, Embo knows the ability that I have, man. He want me to get everything to help me be better as a player. So, I ran out of bounds on one play, and he's going crazy over there, man. It's just because, he knows, like, listen, man, you get the ball in your hands, you can do damage. So just hold me to certain standards like that, and just having that in the back of my mind, I never really had that push in my career, you know what I mean? And I had a lot of great coaches, man. And been able to build a lot of great relationships. But John Embry has just been a huge part of all my success, man. I got a lot of love and appreciation for Embo. And let me
like I said, all it took was the right tight end and we got him. That's all it took. Simple as that, man. Simple. Here's Jonnu Smith on his record-breaking season with the Dolphins. Shout out to him.
Knowing the plan, you know what I mean, but just over exceeding the expectations, and I put the work in. I do, man. But I hang my head on the Word of God, and not is man can plant and man can water, but it's God that gives the increase. So
yes,
I can put all the work in. Stay after practice like I do. I work my butt off, man, because I understand that I've been given a gift, and it's up to me to continue to cultivate that. But at the end of the day, God is either going to progress it, and if He chooses to, and He's been doing that in my life. And I just got a heart of gratitude right now, a heart of thankfulness of this entire organization for believing in me, for my teammates, the entire offense, and knowing that just trusting in my ability to say, listen, man, this is a guy that we got to implement, on a consistent basis in his offense. This is the first time that I've been able to really come into my own in my career. And
that's real.
And God's timing is perfect,
Yes, it is, man. Jonnu, he got the right mouthpiece. He's a good player. He just a guy you can ride for, to be honest. Love Jonnu, man. Right here we got Tua talking about Jonnu Smith's record-breaking season. Check this out.
I wouldn't say that that's something that I do. Jonnu's a man of faith, and I would say that's something only God can do. You know, for Jonnu to have came here, believed that, you know, I could be the quarterback for him to be able to help him achieve his goals and things that he's wanted to do playing in the NFL. You know, I can say, like, he's open. He's open. You give him the ball. You see what he does with the ball. Yeah, I've heard the reference safety blanket, so it's my safety blanket, if you will. You know.
Yeah, we definitely been saying that.
I think the cooler thing though, and even when while Jonnu's in here, and he knows this too, the coolest thing about all of that is all the accolades and whatnot's cool for him, but the like how he is as a teammate, how he goes out there and approaches his business, and like trust me, he's a dog. He wants the ball, but that's not his mentality. Like his mentality is it'll come. Like, I'm like, Jonnu, like we got to get you the ball. It'll come. Like just let it play out. If we got to run the ball, we'll keep running the ball. And I think that should tell you a lot of.
That mean he not greedy. I love that right there. I'm telling you, it's the FIU people. And I went FIU. Jonnu went FIU. Just correlate to go together. They go together, man. Shout out to Jonnu.
About
right here we got Tyreek Hill. He gonna be talking about the drops today. Let's check this out. What you gotta say about this, fam? What you gotta say?
On the deep ball, it was tipped by the defensive back, and on the other one, you know, it's just again missing those valuable reps with the quarterback. You know, one thing I learned from Coach Reed whenever I was in Kansas City, I was blessed to be able to play under, you know, such a great head coach is. You know, you just can't show up on Sunday. You got to be able to, you know, prepare yourself. You know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you know, even Saturday.
Yes, sir.
And then when it's Sunday, you know, it's easy. You know, so once again, us missing those valuable reps, you know, because when it's live speed, you know, everything's moving so fast, and you know, we need those valuable reps whenever it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So,
hey, this team is learning valuable lessons, very, very valuable lessons right now. So hopefully they could take these lessons that they learning this year. You know, Tua with the injuries, Tyreek Hill with the reps with Tua. Even if you like it or not, Tua, he's gonna be on this team next year. To be honest, man. So all we gotta hope for is a good backup quarterback. That's all we gotta hope for. In the meantime, let's just hope that Tua and Tyreek, they could get in a better groove of things, and we can see that Tyreek from the year before. That's what we waiting on, man. That's what we waiting on.
I'm not too worried about it. You know, I do what I have to do, regarding like whatever I got to do to get better. A lot of guys, you know, understand what I'm dealing with this year, and you know, I'm gonna continue to be a leader, continue to be, you know, the best guy I can be for this team, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there are a lot of things that I wish I can, you know, get back and, you know, do better. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm gonna continue to fight. I'm gonna continue to, you know, be out there for my team, and that's all I can be, man. Just be myself, man. And I'm grateful. You know, I'm in this situation because I'm learning a lot, you know, about myself. I'm learning how to be patient. I'm learning how to, you know, be more, you know, mature about, you know, situations whenever they don't go my way. And, you know, I'm actually learning a lot from it. So, because it's the NFL, it's not easy. Like, I know in the past I've made it look easy, but this year it's kind of tough, but it is what it is, man. I'm human. I bounce.
You know, Tyree, he just saying like he used to being a #1 receiver, you know, the best stats in the league every week. He's used to that, but this year it just ain't happen that way. It don't look like that. It don't, you know. So now it's on you to make sure it go back to that point next year if you're on the team. Now it's on you. You know, now y'all see what's going wrong, what's going right. Hopefully management could fix what they gotta fix, and the players gotta fix what they gotta fix. So going into next year, ain't no issues. on this team. Ain't no issues. You know, we have an experienced quarterback. We're gonna have a good O line. You know, our receivers, I'm pretty sure Waddle and Tyree still gonna be here. And then we probably gonna draft somebody else that's pretty good. You know, O lineman, we're gonna have at least three new ones. I'm pretty sure about that. We're gonna get some young old linemen that's gonna fit this scheme. You know, we're gonna put them alongside Aaron Brewer, Isaiah Wynn, Teron Armstead, hopefully come back for a year. If not, Patrick Paul, he looked decent enough during that last game against the Packers, but I don't know. I would love to have Teron Armstead back. I would love that. Defense, you know, we need another D tackle in there. You know, and we probably need another end because of Bradley Chubb. You know, Jalen Phillips, they're always getting hurt, but hopefully they can stay healthy. You know, linebacker, we need another linebacker to put in there alongside of Jordan Brooks. If not, they probably gonna keep Anthony Walker and Tyrell Dodson. Safety, Javon Holland, he might be out of there. I don't know. And I want to keep him, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough to let go of Javon Holland because you know he's gonna ball somewhere else. You know it off rip. You know, so that's what I'm worried about. We need at least one more corner, you know, to compete with Cam Smith, Cater Cole, who all the other guys that we have in there, maybe Kendall Fuller. I think he on a 2-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. 1-year deal, I don't know, but we gonna see, man. We gonna see. There's a lot of stuff that we gotta fix. I don't know how we gonna fix it, but hopefully the team make the right choices to the point where we are a viable playoff team. Hopefully.